Hey y'all, welcome to Conversations with Carrie, and I'm so excited about a new book that I've read, so it's book review time, and I'm going to tell you about some books that I am planning to read. So, you know, it's fall time, it's time to get like cozy. I ain't even gonna mention though, I wish I had a boo to anyway, that's a story for another day. But let's get right into it, shall we? So my book club actually chose this book, Black Girls Must Die Exhausted by Jayne Allen, a novel for grown-ups. So it's, I have several different feelings about this book. For one, I love that she self-published and she kind of did it through her own publishing agency. And this is a, what do you call it when they don't use their real name? Girl, I forget. An alias, there we go. Is that right? Because y'all know I'll be on some spy stuff. But anyway, that's a story for another day. So I was really excited to read this. As you know, in my book club, we are brown women and we try to support other brown women. And so I was like, great, you know, this should be an easy read. It's light. And that's exactly what it was, an easy, light read. I did think that it was, and I don't know how to say this in the appropriate way, it was a little predictable, if that makes sense. Like it was a little easy. But it was relatable though. It was very relatable. As a woman in her 30s, you know, the main character that is the book is from her point of view. She's going through having to maybe freeze her eggs while she's trying to save up and buy a house while also getting promoted at work. I mean, that I'm like, who can't just check these things off the list? Like, I know what that's like. Oh, I know what that's like. So there were tons of different things I felt like were very relatable about it. And the friends, she also deals with, I feel like every book I read somehow deals with mental health these days, which I really appreciate. So one of her friends kind of goes through some stuff with mental health, and she's considered the really strong friend. So side note, check on your strong friends. They may not be doing as well as you think. So it was, like I said, really quick, easy read, telling about the life of black women, how, you know, she gets pulled over by the cops, and that's kind of an ordeal because, you know, they out here killing us today. But there's a lot of different things that it talked about that I thought was very relevant and relatable. The story itself, I didn't love the storyline. You know, she was dealing with the whole men and, you know, had a good one in the pocket, but then he kind of like fell off the face of the earth, and I'm like, she ain't mentioned him again. It deals with like, you know, a death in the family, like just a lot of different things. I hope I'm not giving too many spoiler alerts. So the ultimate question is, do I recommend it? Yes, I recommend it just because, for one, it's supporting a black woman and it's relatable. Is it like a, oh my gosh, a page turner, I could not stop it? No, it's not one of those, but it's a feel good and you feel like, oh, it's nice to have my voice out there, because it did feel like you were sitting down reading and talking to one of your girlfriends. Maybe for me, it's not at this time in my life, and maybe it would have been a little, you know, a few years ago, because the sister's, you know, a little older than the woman in this book. But I still liked it. Like I thought, like, okay, this was an easy, fun read. It's just very basic. Don't expect like these like, oh, amazing plot twist and like deep rooted, you know. I actually felt like the writing got better towards the end of the book, so it was almost interesting, like, oh, I wonder if that was the editor or just that, you know, literally she was growing as a writer. So I recommend reading it. It was fun, it was easy, and it's a great support. But let's talk about what I have planned. So y'all, literally, I have not read any of these. They were recommendations from other people, and also just items I picked up at Half Price Bookstore. So starting first with my brilliant friend. I literally am, let's see, I just started this on the train, which I probably shouldn't have done because sometimes I get really distracted on the train. I'm hungry, I'm tired, there's normally a lot going on, and sometimes I can't really get into a book in the beginning. So I'm on page 42, and like today on the train, I wanted to play a game on my phone instead of reading it. So that kind of might tell you a little bit about what this book, but this was recommended to me. It said, like, if you're ever writing a book, it's highly recommended. And also when I went to the library, like, it was like completely checked out at all the libraries and had like a really long wait list. So I'm like, okay, apparently it must be really good. Yeah, we'll see. I'll let you guys know. All right, and my next one is No One Ever Asked, and I have no idea what this is about. It just says 3 families, 2 school districts, a dozen miles between them, but worlds apart. And I was just like, this looks like a kind of book I would like to read. It talks about, it takes place in Missouri. So, you know, I was like, okay, Midwest connection. I used to spend some time in St. Louis back in the day. It talks about like a mother and motherhood and, of course, dealing with school. And I was just like, okay, this seems like it would be pretty relevant. And actually, let me see what the copyright on this one is. It is The copyright is 2018, so I was like, it's probably, I just, you know, sometimes you just pick up a book and you're like, that's probably good. I read the back and I was like, all right. But if you've read No One Ever Asked by Katie Ganshert, I don't know how to pronounce that last name, let me know. Leave a comment down below. We'd love to know your thoughts about it. And then Jasmine Guillory. Now, I think I'm one behind. I think I'm supposed to read The Wedding Date first and then The Proposal. I don't know. But I picked this one up. I actually ended up buying it twice on accident, so I had to take one of them back. People have had like a lot of mixed reviews. I've been looking up some of the reviews on this author on YouTube. So I don't know if y'all read this one. Tell me all about it. It was actually, we read The Wedding Date, I think, for my book club, and I missed that month, so therefore I did not pick up the book. But I'm interested in reading this. I feel like this is going to get me along the lines of Black Girls Must Die Exhausted. So we'll see how that one is. I'm really interested to see what this one's going to be about. Now this one I have heard great things about. She Would Be King. It's a bit like not sci-fi, but more like I think they have like powers or something like that. So this is a little bit out of my comfort zone, and I cannot pronounce the name of the author, but you guys see the author. But I'm not excited to read this, and it's about, like, I know the main character somehow develops these powers, and the whole story is she would be king if she wasn't a woman. So I think this is going to be about like some empowerment. And let me also see what the copyright is on this one. It is 2018 as well. So I'm excited to read this. I actually probably need to stop reading My Brilliant Friend and read this instead, because I think this is going to be very different from what I just read. Well, My Brilliant Friend is too. But I kind of want to stick with the, you know, African American writers. So anyway, that's what I have lined up for my fall reading list. Now, y'all let me know if you got some new ones or some suggestions for me. I would love to check it out. All right, guys. Thanks for joining Conversations with Carrie. Have a good day.